Alright guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Inter 4, Barcelona 3. Inter win 7-6 on aggregate and make the Champions League final. Oh my word. You know, we thought the first leg last week couldn't be eclipsed. We thought it couldn't be done. It was done better tonight. What a game of football. You know, if you don't like football, if you don't love football, you don't live football, you need to sort your life out because that was an all-time classic. You know, that is probably the best semi-final I have ever seen in my life. You know, could be the best Champions League semi-final of all time. I can't remember a semi-final being as good as that in both legs. In both legs, incredible. Absolutely insanity. Just chaos, carnage. God, I don't even know how to describe that game tonight. I mean, congrats to Inter. Champions League finalists again. Can they go one better and win it this time? Obviously, the last time Inter made the Champions League final, they lost to Manchester City. If you remember, so Inter will be hoping to win it this time. And I do feel like Inter Milan are underappreciated. I think, they are a very good team, Inter Milan, and they've proven it tonight, and they've proven it over two legs. They had 3 shots on target, Inter Milan, in the first leg, scored all 3. They had 4 big chances tonight, Inter, scored all 4. Inter Milan are clinical, absolutely clinical, and they've been clinical over these 2 legs especially. Now, I would have loved the PSG Barcelona final. I think that's the final most people wanted. But you can't argue about Inter being in the final. You can't argue with it. They deserve to be there. Because I think Barcelona were the favourites to win the Champions League this season. Maybe not at the start of the season, but definitely once we gradually get into the tournament, you see teams how they're playing. I think Barcelona were the favourites. Inter just knocked them off the porch. And also what Inter Milan have done, they've absolutely ruined the chances of Barca winning the treble. The treble now is no longer available to Barcelona. Obviously, they've already won the Copa del Rey. They're most likely going to win La Liga. But Inter Milan have knocked them out of the Champions League, and the treble is gone for Barcelona. But yeah, Inter Milan are underrated, in my opinion. They are, I don't think they get talked about enough, Inter Milan. This is their second Champions League final, I believe, is it 3 or 4 years? I can't actually remember when the last final was. But yeah, Inzaghi, very underrated coach as well. And just absolute madness tonight. I'm actually lost for words, to be honest. I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of just waffling. But, oh my word, can we all just sign a petition to have a third leg? Can we just do it? Can everyone just sign on to just do a third leg, please? Because oh my days, I would sit through another match between Inter and Barca. My word, it's just insane, absolute insanity. I mean, if you're an Inter fan, let me know who would you rather play in the final, Arsenal or PSG? I do think you will get PSG. I do expect PSG to knock Arsenal out tomorrow, and what a final that should be. But Inter Milan, they don't make it easy on themselves, Inter. They really don't. 2-0 up again, 2-2, 3-2 down, 3-3. And then 4-3 in extra time. They don't make it easy on themselves, do they, Inter? But what a performance. What a game. Commiserations for Barcelona. That game tonight didn't deserve a loser. It didn't, And this is the reality of football. You're always going to get a loser. You're always going to get a winner. that's just the way it is. That's the way it crumbles sometimes in football. We didn't deserve a loser tonight. And unfortunately, Barcelona are the victim of the loser. And Inter can celebrate long into the night. Another Champions League final for them. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who they get tomorrow night. And so let's see if they can actually win it this time and go one further. But let's talk about the goals because there is 7. Yes, 7 goals to talk about tonight. Absolute carnage. So Inter take a 1-0 lead. Lautaro Martinez in the 21st minute for Inter Milan. Barca doing that high line. I mean, they're quite deep here, to be honest, Barcelona, because Inter are on the attack. But Denzel Dumfries makes a really good run beyond the defence. No one's tracking him. And he tees it up for Lautaro Martinez to put it into an empty net. Really unselfish play there by Denzel Dumfries, who I think has been brilliant over the 2 legs. I really do. Another assist there for Denzel. And yeah, Martinez couldn't miss, puts it into an empty net, and it's 1-0 to Inter Milan. And then it got even better for Inter Milan on the stroke of half time. A penalty by Hakan Çalhanoğlu, putting into 2-0 up. And it is a penalty. You know, at first, I thought Kabasi won the ball against Martinez, but he actually doesn't. He actually kicks through Lautaro Martinez. Referee doesn't give it initially. VAR checks it, and you know you can see it's a penalty. I mean, the one thing that surprised me though is that Kabasi didn't get booked. He didn't get shown a card, which I find weird. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the ref didn't want to give a red card and ruin the game. I'm not sure why the referee didn't give a card to Kabasi, but you know, Inter have gone through anyway. They're not going to care, are they? But yeah, really good penalty by Çalhanoğlu, sticks into the bottom left-hand corner. Szczesny dives the wrong way. And at half-time, it's 2-0 to Inter now. I would say that I think it's game over. I was like, it's over. Barca are out of this. However, I did say the only way for Barcelona to get back into this game is if they scored an early goal in the second half. And that's exactly what they did. 9 minutes into the second half, Eric Garcia in the 54th minute with a really, really good finish. I'm not sure who puts the cross in again, but it's a really good cross. I think it's Martin with the cross, Gerard Martin with the cross. And Garcia unmarked, running onto it. Lovely caress, a volley with the side of the foot by Gerard Martin into the top left corner. No chance for Jan Sommer. And Barca, just like that, 9 minutes into the second half, are back into it. And, you know, when that goal went in, Barcelona dominated. Absolutely dominated. I mean, Inter were the better team in the first half, but roles were reversed in the second half. I mean, Inter they couldn't get out in the second half, Inter. They really were struggling. And when that goal went in, the second goal was looking inevitable, and it happened. 6 minutes later, Dani Olmo making it 2-2 on the night. 5-5 on aggregate. Really good cross this by... I don't know who crossed it. I always forget the assists, but it's a wonderful delivery into the box. All Dani Olmo's got to do is make a clean connection on the header, which he does. And again, no chance for Sommer, really. You know, he's from such close proximity. He can't react in time. Really good header though by Olmo. The connection is pure. And just like that, it's 2-2. You knew it was happening. And I was saying in the watch-along, we're going to get a winner. We're going to get a winner. It's going to happen. And in the 87th minute, Barca, Le Remontada happened. Or we thought it happened. Rafinha with the goal. Inter just get caught out really here. Denzel Dumfries gets caught lacking, doesn't get back. Rafinha's open. Takes a shot, Rafinha. Really good save by Sommer. I mean, it's a comfortable save by Sommer. He should be making it. It is straight at him. But he parries it right back to Rafinha, who hits it on the volley into the bottom right-hand corner. And it's 3-2 to Barcelona. Second half comeback by Barcelona. And I was like, at that point, yeah, it's over. Inter were poor in the second half, looked out of ideas, knackered on their feet, Inter in that second half. And Barca had done the comeback. But no, Acerbi in the 93rd minute for Inter Milan, making it, God, what was it on aggregate at this point? 6-6 on aggregate. I mean, even forget the score, man. It was that many goals. 6-6 on aggregate. Serbi with the goal. It's just a long ball by Inter. It's just a long ball up. They get the second ball into. Fioran plays it to Dumfries. Dumfries with another assist, by the way. Dumfries gets in the cross. And Serbi's there. Strikers finish at the near post. Lifts it over Szczesny. And it's 3-3 at the death. Unbelievable scenes. And then we go into extra time. And yeah, Inter, Fratesi in the 99th minute wins it for Inter, this was actually a lovely team goal by Inter Milan, to be honest. Two of the substitutes linking up for Inter, Taremi and Fratesi. Taremi does really well to hold off the ball in the box, lays it back to Fratesi, and Fratesi just opens up his body and whips it in with his left foot to the bottom left-hand corner. No chance for Szczesny. It's a wonderful finish by Fratesi. He uses Araujo's body, just like curl it into the bottom corner. Great finish. And that was all she wrote. Oh my God. I can't even believe it. Like, just crazy. Yo, shout out to Jan Sommer, actually. He made some unbelievable saves tonight. He really did. You know, he did. Jan Sommer played very well. You know, we had so many chances. Lamine Yamal could have won it in 90 minutes at the death, but Sommer made the save. I mean, just absolute carnage. Crazy. I don't actually think I've seen a Champions League title like that ever. And I don't think we will again, people. Bonkers. Absolute bonkers. I'm brave. Oh my word, wow. But guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of one of the craziest matches in Champions League history. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.